public health crisis that we're now in has not only resulted in the closing of restaurants and bars and theaters and gyms, but also our courthouses. And this has jeopardized critical protections for victims of crime. Hi, I'm Representative Roger Goodman, and in today's Good Minute, we're going to discuss legislation I've introduced to provide protection to victims of crime through what's called the Civil Protection Order process. Protection orders are issued by courts to protect victims of crime from their perpetrators. There's many different types: domestic violence orders, sexual assault orders, harassment orders, extreme risk protection orders, vulnerable adult protection orders. And all of these are sought by people who feel threatened by others and seek a court order to have those other people stay away from them. An important aspect of these protection orders is the respondents, or the perpetrators, need to surrender their firearms while the protection orders are in place. And this especially protects victims of violent crime. The pandemic has highlighted some of the shortcomings in the protection order process. So the people who seek protection actually have to go to court, choosing between whether to go to work or to care for a child, or to go to court and get a protection order. And this has prevented access to justice. We've learned a lesson during the pandemic because courts have put in place new mechanisms such as the electronic filing of these petitions, the electronic service of the petitions on the respondents, and also remote hearings, video hearings. And all of this has allowed victims of crime and even those who are subject to the protection orders to comply and respond more quickly. And it's much cheaper and much easier for victims to get the protection they need. I have introduced House Bill 1320 to make the temporary measures instituted in the courts during the pandemic permanent, because online filing and online service and remote hearings have worked very well. And there's no reason to inconvenience or jeopardize the safety of victims by making them come to court unnecessarily. We will be standardizing the civil protection order process and making it cheaper and finding new efficiencies in the courts and in government systems in general. So I'm looking forward to House Bill 1320 making its way through the legislative process this year, and will provide much better access to justice for victims and protecting them from their perpetrators, and also making the government more efficient at the same time. Thanks for listening to this Good Minute, and I'll be back to you with another one very soon.